It's easy to understand why so many people misunderstand the Sigma male. They are often seen as loners, antisocial, and aloof, but in reality, they are far from it. They're intelligent and quiet, but not necessarily because they don't want to communicate. It's often because their minds are working faster than their mouths can keep up. So in order to make sense of their thoughts, they take longer to process and analyze information. They might appear standoffish or unapproachable, but once you get to know them, you will find their company is very enjoyable. Many people are unaware of their true capabilities and potential, so here are 8 reasons why Sigma males are the most misunderstood breed. 1. They dislike authority. In a society that is largely built on structure and conformity, those who choose to stand out from the crowd will often find themselves ostracized and labeled as outsiders. The natural tendency for Sigma males to not blindly accept authority makes them appear difficult or confrontational in the eyes of others. This can make Sigmas feel like they don't belong in most social circles, which leads them to create their own path. This is one of the reasons why Sigma males tend to be entrepreneurial and bold risk takers. They are willing to go against the grain in pursuit of their own goals. Sigma men detest feeling restricted or limited by someone else's rules, which is why they often strive for autonomy. They understand that life is short and don't want to spend it living by someone else's standards and expectations. Many Sigmas find themselves at odds with their superiors, as they are constantly challenging the status quo. This isn't out of a desire to be rebellious or difficult. It's because they don't blindly follow useless old rules or systems and come up with new creative solutions. Rather than challenge authority just for the sake of it, Sigma males strive to make meaningful changes that will benefit everyone in the long run. But many times, the alpha males in power won't recognize the genius of their ideas and try to shut them down. In the end, Sigma men strive to live in a world where their unique perspective and contributions are valued, not just tolerated. Fortunately, the tide is changing, and more people are beginning to feel inspired by the new ideas that Sigmas bring to the table. As more and more Sigma men are recognized for their contributions, the world will become a better place for everyone. 2. They rarely give compliments. Sigma males are notoriously stingy when it comes to giving compliments. This isn't because they are mean or cold-hearted, but because they usually prefer to focus on substance over flattery. This can be perceived as a sign that Sigmas don't care about anyone or anything else. This is especially true in a society where people expect those around them to express admiration and gratitude for their achievements. However, the truth is that most Sigmas do have a deep appreciation for those around them. They just express it differently. Instead of relying on empty platitudes, they tend to show their admiration through action and consistency. Compliments from a Sigma are often highly prized, as they are a rare and valuable commodity. He is less likely to compliment somebody on their appearance. He tends to compliment people on their character or intellect. If a Sigma is impressed by your work or effort, he will show his appreciation in subtle ways. For example, offering to help with a project or introducing you to someone who can further your career. These small gestures show his respect and admiration for you, and can be more meaningful than a few kind words. Sigma males may not be the most vocal about their appreciation, but they are fiercely loyal to those who have earned their trust. They may never admit it out loud, but a Sigma male's loyalty is one of his strongest traits. 3. They are really private. While they value and respect others' privacy, they often go above and beyond when it comes to shielding their own thoughts, feelings, and lifestyle choices from the judgmental eyes of society. For many Sigmas, privacy is a form of protection from the world's expectations and demands, a way for them to stay true to themselves without having to compromise or conform. They don't feel an obligation to constantly update others on their lives or provide access into every facet of who they are. Keeping things personal can help them maintain a sense of autonomy despite social norms. Moreover, Sigma men tend to trust slowly and easily retreat into obscurity when confronted with unfamiliar or uncomfortable situations. This can make them appear distant or guarded at times, leading some people to interpret it as suspicious behavior rather than an intentional act of self-preservation. Unfortunately, being private is often perceived as being secretive or unapproachable, which can lead people to misjudge Sigma males as aloof and uninterested in building relationships. However, this couldn't be further from the truth. They simply want their privacy respected while still being able to live life on their terms without feeling judged or pressured by those around them. 4. They don't always smile. Unlike the majority of people, Sigma men are not constantly smiling and laughing in a bid to please those around them. They are often misunderstood, not because they don't know how to smile, but because of the way their emotions are perceived. They have their own unique way of interpreting and expressing emotion, which can appear strange or off-putting to those who do not know them well. For example, while those around them may automatically think that a lack of smiling is a sign of unhappiness or anger, Sigmas are perfectly okay. They just don't feel the need to express their feelings outwardly and can often be seen as having a poker face. We all have our own unique way of conveying emotion, and Sigma men are no different. Even though it can confuse or intimidate those around them, their ability to remain calm and collected when others become flustered is always admired. It takes a certain level of self-confidence and strength to remain composed in challenging situations, and the Sigma man has it in spades. Their lack of smiling should not be mistaken for rudeness or unhappiness, but rather as a sign of quiet strength and inner confidence. 5. They spend a lot of time alone. Sigma males are often misunderstood due to their tendency to spend a lot of time alone. While some may see this as an obvious disadvantage, it is actually a great strength that enables them to be more present in their own lives. They often prefer to be alone because it allows them to reflect on their thoughts and emotions and process them in a safe, no-interrupting environment. This will enable them to gain clarity on their values and priorities, something that is difficult to achieve in the presence of other people. Solitude can provide much-needed mental respite from the constant hustle and bustle of modern life. Sigma males are extremely independent, so spending extended periods of time away from society allows them to connect with their core values without feeling obligated to keep up with everyone else's expectations or agendas. Spending large chunks of time in quiet reflection can give them clarity about how they want to live their lives according to their morals and beliefs, rather than what is considered socially acceptable. In many cases, this desire for meaningful introspection can appear foreign, even intimidating to those around them, leading others to misinterpret their behavior as apathetic and unsociable when nothing could be further from the truth. 6. They are able to see patterns that other people miss. Due to their ability to identify patterns that often go unnoticed by the majority, Sigma males can see opportunities and make connections that other people do not. This allows them to see past superficial details and uncover the deeper meaning behind any given situation, giving them an edge in deciphering complex ideas or problem-solving more efficiently. Unfortunately, their perception can also create a wedge between Sigmas and the rest of society. Since they tend to be very focused on processing details and analyzing situations, they often struggle to make small talk in social settings. This leads others to think that they are uninterested, even though the lack of response is typically due to intense concentration. They are capable of spotting trends before they become mainstream, allowing them to capitalize on potential gains or avoid any losses that may occur during the transition period. They also have excellent analytical skills, enabling them to look at situations from multiple angles and draw relevant conclusions. Sigma men are typically far more complex than what meets the eye. Their ability to pick out patterns that others may overlook creates both an advantage and disadvantage when interacting with society at large. Although misunderstood by many, This special trait is part of what makes Sigma males such unique individuals capable of great insight and innovation if given the opportunity. 7. They don't like to be in the spotlight. Sigma males are the antithesis of alpha males in many ways, and one of the most distinct characteristics is their avoidance of being in the spotlight. Rather than seeking external affirmation or validation, they prefer to stay away from attention and focus on their own goals and ambitions. They prefer to remain anonymous and fly under the radar. They are not interested in being the center of attention and don't seek out fame or recognition. This doesn't mean they are timid or shy. They simply don't feel the need to be seen or heard. While some people may misinterpret their introversion as aloofness or disinterest, Sigma men prefer to take a step back and observe. They are highly observant and take in their environment quietly, which is why they often appear mysterious. But make no mistake, they are absorbing everything and using it to figure out the best course of action. 8. They don't fit the traditional male stereotypes. While alpha males often strive to meet traditional male stereotypes, Sigma males don't conform to these standards. These individuals don't quite fit the traditional male stereotypes. They tend to be slightly more introverted and independent, rather than aggressive or authoritative. Rather than conforming to the traditional standards of masculinity, they often prefer to live on their own terms and form meaningful relationships with a select few people rather than embracing a pack mentality. This can make them feel misunderstood or outcasted from society, as people may misjudge them for not following the rules. They embrace their uniqueness and don't let others dictate how they should live their lives. Sigma men are often highly creative individuals who create something out of nothing. They have an eye for detail and a knack for problem solving, making them excellent leaders in their own right. They are not slaves to traditional gender roles and norms, and instead choose to forge their own path. While others may be quick to judge Sigmas for their unorthodox approach, they know that their strong sense of self will lead them to success. Sigmas may not always be motivated by money or status. They're driven by a strong desire to do something meaningful. They may not always fit in with the crowd, but it also gives them an edge when it comes to their vision and ambition. From an early age, Sigma males display an acute awareness and understanding of the world around them. While some can view these qualities as weaknesses due to their lack of conformance to traditional standards of behavior, these traits come with many strengths, namely in regards to creativity, problem-solving skills, empathy, and resilience. Many Sigma males struggle against a society that values the herd mentality. However, despite this misunderstanding, there is an increasing recognition of the unique traits and abilities of Sigma males.